Well, I mean, I hold the SNP in very low regard. They've used devolution as I suppose you might expect them to, which is a soapbox for grievance politics. They can get up on that soapbox, they can complain about Westminster, they can pass policies for which they will not be held to account. And if everything goes pear-shaped, they'll come begging bowl in hand, which Nicola Sturgeon did recently, to Westminster asking for more money. I mean, the real problem here isn't SNP. The real problem here is devolution, which was a half-baked Tony Blair creation, which really we should roll back completely. And I agree entirely with one of your viewers who said that the Holyrood should be abolished. I'd abolish the Welsh Assembly and I'd abolish Stormont. We are one United Kingdom. And there is one parliament that should govern the United Kingdom. And actually, I don't care whether the views come from British nationals based in Scotland or British nationals based in Cornwall. You know, this is a constitutional debate that we're having, which involves all of the United Kingdom, and we're all British citizens. So, I mean, I think devolution's been a disaster. I think it allows grievance politics. It's bound to promote separatists. But there is one interesting point I'd just like to make before I stop, and that is that the Conservative Party actually has an unhealthy relationship with the SNP. Because for as long as the SNP can hold its ground in Scotland, it's very, very hard for the Labour Party to get an outright majority. So even though the SNP might tilt against the Union and therefore offend the Conservative and Unionist Party, it's actually rather helpful for the Tories that the SNP exists. I said that was my final point. There's one other point I'd like to make, which is that on the union of the United Kingdom, actually the real threat right now is not from Scotland. The real threat is from Northern Ireland, which, as we know, has been substantially left behind in the European Union. Stormont isn't functioning. We have an elected party in Stormont that is openly hostile to the United Kingdom, won't take its seats up in Westminster. At least the SNP does take its seats up in Westminster and engage at a genuine United Kingdom level. And we've got a First Minister in waiting in Northern Ireland who actually as recently as a couple of weeks ago was bullying up IRA terrorists. You know, that is the state of devolution, and something fundamentally has to change in the way we structured the country. And I go back to where this started, Tony Blair responsible.